USS Wisconsin BB-64, the legendary Big Whiskey. Hey there, naval history enthusiasts! Ever heard of the USS Wisconsin BB-64, affectionately known as Big Whiskey? If you haven't, buckle up because this battleship has a story that's as grand as the ocean itself. Let's set sail through the history of this magnificent vessel and uncover why it's a legend in its own right. Birth of a giant. The USS Wisconsin BB-64 was born during a tumultuous time in history. Laid down in 1941 and launched in 1943, she was one of the Iowa-class battleships, the last class of battleships built by the United States. These ships were designed to be fast, powerful, and heavily armed, capable of taking on any adversary. The Wisconsin was no exception. With her sleek design and formidable firepower, she was a force to be reckoned with. World War II, making waves. Big Whiskey made her debut during World War II, and boy, did she make an impression. She joined the Pacific Fleet in 1944 and quickly became a key player in several major operations. Her primary role was to provide naval gunfire support, and she did so with devastating effectiveness. From the Battle of Iwo Jima to the Battle of Okinawa, the Wisconsin's 16-inch guns pounded enemy positions, clearing the way for Allied forces. A floating fortress. What made the Wisconsin so formidable? Let's talk about her armament. She was equipped with 9 16-inch guns, capable of firing shells that weighed as much as a small car. These guns had a range of over 20 miles, allowing her to strike targets from a safe distance. In addition to her main battery, she had an array of anti-aircraft guns to fend off enemy planes. She was a floating fortress, bristling with firepower. The Korean War, back in action. After World War II, the Wisconsin was decommissioned, but her story was far from over. When the Korean War broke out in 1950, she was brought back into service. Once again, she provided crucial naval gunfire support, bombarding enemy positions along the Korean peninsula. Her presence was a significant morale booster for the United Nations forces, and her firepower was instrumental in several key battles. Modernization and the Cold War. In the 1980s, the Wisconsin underwent a significant modernization as part of the Navy's plan to reactivate its Iowa-class battleships. She was outfitted with modern missile systems, including Tomahawk cruise missiles and Harpoon anti-ship missiles. This upgrade transformed her into a modern warship, capable of taking on new threats during the Cold War era. Operation Desert Storm, the final chapter. The Wisconsin's final combat deployment came during Operation Desert Storm in 1991. She played a crucial role in the liberation of Kuwait, launching Tomahawk missiles at strategic targets and providing naval gunfire support for ground forces. Her performance during the conflict was a testament to her enduring capabilities and the skill of her crew, a legacy preserved. Today, the USS Wisconsin is preserved as a museum ship in Norfolk, Virginia. Visitors can walk her decks and explore her storied history. She stands as a testament to the bravery and dedication of the sailors who served aboard her, and as a symbol of American naval power. Why Big Whiskey? You might be wondering why she's called Big Whiskey. The nickname is a playful nod to her formidable presence and the phonetic similarity between Wisconsin and whiskey. It's a name that captures her larger-than-life persona and the respect she commanded on the high seas. Wrapping it up, the USS Wisconsin BB-64, or Big Whiskey, is more than just a battleship. She's a legend. From her fierce battles in World War II to her modernized role during the Cold War and her final hurrah in Operation Desert Storm, she has left an indelible mark on naval history. Her story is a testament to the ingenuity of naval engineering and the courage of the men who served aboard her. So, next time you find yourself in Norfolk, take a trip to see Big Whiskey. Walk her decks, feel the history beneath your feet, and pay homage to a true naval icon.
Anchors away!